Welcome to today's webinar. We're going to be looking at Google Performance Max ads, and this is the home remodeler's blueprint for maximizing return on investment. And that's going to be our topic for today. If you're not familiar with Google Performance Max ads, this is one of the latest additions that Google has rolled out to their Google Ads platform. It is an AI driven component to the Google Ads platform. And so I want to give you an overview today of how it works, what makes it maybe a good addition to your advertising arsenal, and that's going to be where we're heading today. So let's talk a little bit about where our journey is going to take us this afternoon. First of all, if you're not familiar with who I am, I'm Carl Willis. I am the CEO at Remodeling Marketing Team, and I am excited to be here with you today. As remodelers, you know how competitive the industry is, and you need marketing that delivers results without wasting time or money. And so today we're going to dive deep into Google Performance Max ads. We'll talk about how they work, why they matter, and how you can use them to generate more leads for your home remodeling business. And by the end of this webinar, you'll have a step-by-step strategy to start or optimize your own Performance Max campaign. Now, before we get started, one of the things that I want you to just get buckled in and ready to, wrap your mind around is Performance Max operates differently from any other Google ad campaign you've run in the past. And so this is going to be a real eye opener for you today. And so as we go through the agenda, here's the things that we're really going to look at. Number one, I want to give you a good understanding of Google's Performance Max ads. And we're going to look at the benefits for you as a home remodeler. And we're going to talk about the practical setup and optimization strategies that you can use with Performance Max ads. We'll also talk about avoiding some of the common pitfalls or mistakes that often get made. And then if there's any questions at the end, I'll field those for you as well. So really quickly, if you've not been on any of our webinars before, or you've not had any interactions with me previously, you may be wondering who I am and why you might want to listen to me. Again, my name's Carl Willis. I am the CEO at Remodeling Marketing Team. I've been marketing online since 1997, back in the days of dial-up. My first online business, I was drop shipping vases on eBay back in the days of 36.6 dial up, to be exact. I am the author of Internet Marketing for Home Remodeling Companies. I also co authored AI Tools for Home Remodeling. I am the creator of the Marketing Classroom. I'm an international keynote speaker on business growth and lead generation, and widely accepted as a go-to expert on internet marketing for home remodeling businesses. I'm the host of the Digital Remodeler podcast. If you're not a subscriber, go look for that on iTunes or Spotify or anywhere else that you download your podcast content. We'd love to have you as a listener there. And then, of course, I have worked with companies across the US and internationally. And so, enough about me. This is about you. And today, when we talk about Google Performance Max ads, this is a part of the ecosystem that you're always going to hear me talk about. When we talk about your online marketing strategy, I'm always going to refer to your ecosystem because in today's world, to be effective, you need to create a dynamic marketing ecosystem around your business. And so, in the world of online marketing, where Performance Max ads are going to fit into the ecosystem. If you look at this infographic that I have up in front of you, this is going to be in your pay-per-click section. So this is item number two. SEO is number one, pay-per-click is number two. So this fits into the world of Google AdWords. And Performance Max, although it is a part of the Google AdWords platform, really extends beyond Google AdWords, and we'll get into that, give you a good education today on what makes it different, what makes it unique, and why it may be a viable solution for you in your home remodeling business, and why a lot of people are taking notice of this type of ad campaign. So, what exactly is Performance Max? And I've given you a screenshot here of our own Performance Max account. And one of the things that I want you to notice first and foremost, this is actually from a Performance Max campaign we ran last month in February, is the cost per click. We were paying $1.51 per click on a national campaign. So we had 110 clicks to this campaign, and we were paying $1.51 per click. So it's a very low cost per click on the campaign. That's one of the things that makes Performance Max appealing to people, is oftentimes it creates a much lower cost per click than you might have on a traditional search campaign where you're doing keyword targeting. And so I'm going to explain why that is and how Performance Max works. And so I'm going to kind of give you a little overview on this screen as we talk. So let's talk first of all about what exactly is Google Performance Max. Well, at the core, Google Performance Max is Google's AI powered campaign. And that's really what you need to grab hold of. This is Google's AI powered advertising solution for you, the advertiser. There's not a lot of hands on optimizing that you, the advertiser, do. It is really Google's AI that is going to do the optimization for you. And so what ends up happening is that the AI is going to automate the bidding, it's going to automate the placements, the audience targeting, but it's going to do it across Google's entire network. And so one of the things you'll see here in my asset group, so I've got asset group number one here on the screen in front of you. And if you look at preview ads, you'll see icons for YouTube, for Gmail, for Google, Google Display Network, and then you're also going to see the asterisk here, which is for other Google properties. So what's going to happen is this is going to display across multiple parts of Google's network. And instead of having to create separate search campaigns, display campaigns, YouTube campaigns, Performance Max is going to bundle all of these things into a single campaign. And so what you'll see in this particular campaign that I've got in front of you is there are 20 images, two logos, 15 headlines, five long headlines, and five descriptions that are in this asset group. And that's what Google is working with. And so, what that AI is going to do is it's going to use combinations of those images, logos, videos, headlines, long headlines, and descriptions. And it's going to be testing those in different locations with different audiences to see what performs best. Hence the name Performance Max. The AI is going to be constantly fine tuning, refining, testing, and optimizing, looking for what performs best. And so you'll notice the next piece on this screenshot that I have here says signals. And so the search themes that I was targeting was contractor marketing agency, remodeler marketing, home improvement marketing, marketing for remodeling companies, and 21 additional search themes. So it's going to sort through all of those search themes as well. And so what's happening is Google's AI continuously optimizes to show your ads to the right people at the right time in the right locations across multiple platforms in Google's universe. And what this means is more qualified leads without always having to tweak settings manually, without always having to go in and optimize and be hands-on with the ad campaign in the optimization process. And so that's the whole idea behind Performance Max is you're letting the AI take care of that work for you so that these campaigns perform better than if a human was there doing the optimization all the time. So that's the idea behind the Performance Max campaign theory. Now, just to give you a little better idea, kind of under the hood of why Performance Max can be a real game changer for you, I've lifted the hood so you can see at the top of the page, I've got a video. It's a minute and 13-second video. And then there's a headline, and then there's another headline and another description, and then there's site links, and then there's a lead form. And so you can see the different combinations that Google has been testing along with this video. So it's a single video, and then there are on this page 5 different ad combinations that Google's been testing with this video. And this is just one set of combinations. I could screenshot the whole page. The whole page was huge. So there's multiple combinations. So, this thing can go on because of how many different creatives you're putting in. This can create just hundreds of possibilities that Google can show the audience. So here's what I want to bring home to you. So why should you really care about Performance Max? Well, number one, it's going to target homeowners who are actively searching for remodeling services. So it's going to increase your chances of closing high quality leads. Second, it's going to use multiple ad formats: text, image, and video. So you can reach customers in different ways because people are using multiple modalities in their online activities. They're watching video, they're scrolling through images, they're doing search in textual searches, they're reading content. And then thirdly, the AI driven approach saves time because it's automating ad delivery and optimizing for the best results. And so there's really a three-pronged, benefit to why you would want to consider this approach. So let's talk about, how do you set up a winning Performance Max campaign? You see the advantages. You see that it can get this lower cost per click. It's going to allow you to really, you know, work the entire Google universe using one campaign. It's going to allow you to use multiple modalities in one campaign. It's going to be continually optimizing. So, how do you set up a winning campaign with Performance Max? And that's the thing. If you're going to use it, we want to win. So, let's look at the steps. Well, number one, you want to define your goals. So, that's step one. First and foremost, choose your campaign objective. Are you looking for more phone calls? Are you looking for more website visits? Are you looking for more quote requests, more estimates? What is it that you are looking for? What's the end objective? And get that clearly defined. Once you've got that clearly defined, then move on to step number two. And this one's important. Upload high quality assets. And I can't emphasize high quality enough because Google Maps is going to pull from your ad assets. So you need really great headlines, you need really great images, and you need really great videos. And when I say really great, here's what I mean. Your images need to be high definition, they need to be well lit, they need to be well framed. So, shadows, paint cans, dirty rags, dishes in the sink, those are not good assets in your Performance Max campaign. Videos that are not high definition, well lit, high quality, edited, not good for your Performance Max campaigns. The best of the best is what needs to be in your Performance Max because that's what Google's going to pull from. Here's some suggestions for you. Use before and after project images, and then use a strong call to action like get a free quote or get a free estimate today, or call now to schedule your estimate, call now to schedule a consultation. So, high quality headline, high quality images, high quality video, imperative. And then high, strong call to action. And if you're not sure what to make your calls to action or your headline, use Chat GPT to help you, and it can certainly do the work for you. Step number three, you want audience signals for better targeting. So tell Google who your ideal customers are. So target homeowners, past clients, and people searching for renovation services. Now, here's a real secret with Performance Max, and I want to let you in on this. So, the more data you can give Performance Max to start with, the better it's going to perform, and the quicker that performance is going to dial in. So here's what I mean by that. If you have a customer database that you can upload to Google as part of your Performance Max targeting, Performance Max is going to perform better for you because Google can match that customer data to its own data and find similar demographic information in your target market. Whereas if you don't have that information, if you're just going on behavior information and keyword data and what are people searching for, over time it will be able to optimize itself. So over time it will get better and better and better, but it will take longer. Whereas if you have an email database that you've been cultivating over time, if you've got, a customer list of previous customers, that's always best. People who have already spent money with you is the best list. Or you've got a list from, trade shows or other prospect generating sources, lead lists that you have cultivated yourself. That's good data as well. But your best data is always people who have already done business with you. Start with that. Secondarily, would be people who have engaged with you, website visitors, people who are on your email list. If your website is tagged, pixeled, that is good data. So you want to feed as much information into Google as you can because that's going to help this campaign perform better. In the case of your website, you want to have a Google tag on the website. so that conversion data is being fed back into the campaign. If you're capturing leads by form or by phone call, you want to have that data fed back into the campaign. The more data you can feed back into the campaign, the better. And that brings us to step number 4, which is tracking and optimization. So set up your conversion tracking with Google Tags to measure what's working. So have a Google tag on the website. If you're using landing pages or lead capture forms, have those set up with Google Tags as well. Set up your Google Analytics so that that information is being fed in. If you've got customer database information, feed that in. Every bit of data that you can feed into this Performance Max campaign is simply going to optimize the campaign, and it will produce better end results for you. It will produce a better return on investment for you, lower cost per clicks, lower cost per acquisitions. And at the end of the day, you will find that you have much better long-term performance because of that. Now, let's talk about some of the common mistakes that people make when using Performance Max. Now that you know how to set up your campaign, I want to help you avoid some of the common pitfalls that you can run into. And so let's talk about what not to do with Performance Max. Mistake number 1 is setting the wrong goal. So, for example, setting brand awareness instead of lead generation. Make sure you are setting the right goal, the right objective for what it is you're wanting to accomplish. So, if you're wanting to generate leads, make sure that is the objective that has been set for your campaign. If you're wanting brand awareness on the other hand, then set brand awareness for your campaign, but make sure that your campaign objective matches up to what it is that you're truly trying to accomplish so that Performance Max is operating according to the strategy that you are wanting it to deploy. Mistake number 2, and I've talked about this already, but I can't emphasize this one enough because this is one that I see so many remodelers making, not just in their Performance Max ads or really any of their ads, but in their marketing overall, and that is using low quality images and generic ad copy. If there's one place that I just can't stress putting a little extra effort and a little investment of time into, it's this area. Take the time to take better pictures. Buy some studio lights. Get a better camera or a better smartphone. You know, today, an iPhone or a Galaxy takes studio quality pictures. Make sure the lighting's good. Make sure you don't have goofy shadows. Make sure there aren't people standing around in the background. Get the paint cans, the drop rags, the tools out of the picture. Make it look sharp. Do that with your video, do that with your images, and same thing with generic ad copy. Don't just go to ChatGPT and say, hey, write me an ad. Take the time to train ChatGPT on what you really want. I am a home remodeling contractor in Wichita, Kansas. Here is my ideal homeowner. They are this age. This is the time of life they're in. They live in this type of house. This is the type of service that they are looking for. And this is the type of ad that I am trying to write to communicate to them. Please help me write that ad copy. That's a much better prompt to put into the AI. So take that extra couple of minutes and you will get a much better result with your images, with your ad copy, and you're going to have a much better return on those efforts. Mistake number 3 ignoring performance data and failing to optimize the campaign. So even in Performance Max, it's going to make suggestions for you. It may tell you, you need to change out the image. You need to add some headlines. You need to add some additional images. It's going to make suggestions for you. So don't ignore those suggestions and look at the performance data. If you see performance is deteriorating, if you see the cost per clicks are going up, if you see you're not getting the click throughs, you need to do some optimization. So don't ignore the data. Check your reports, adjust your campaigns, look for opportunities for continuous improvement on the campaign. By avoiding those mistakes, you'll get the most out of your ad spend. You won't be wasting your money and you'll get a positive return on your investment. Now, let's talk about the future of digital advertising for you as a home remodeler. What are some things that you need to be looking ahead? And Performance Max gives you a great indication of some of what's ahead. The real trends are AI driven marketing because Google is already moving towards more automation. Even in the traditional search campaigns, they are really taking the manual options off the table. It's harder and harder and harder to do manual optimization. They're really trying to automate more and more of the process. And so Performance Max really is just the beginning. And so what you've got to begin to expect is more personalized ad experiences for the consumer that is tailored to their individual preferences based on their behavior, based on their intent, based on their habits. And so this is what you're going to see more of in the days ahead. That advertising will be more customized and more tailored and less generic in the way it is presented. And automation in this AI driven environment is going to be part of what brings that about. And so, remodelers who embrace AI powered advertising now are going to be ahead of their competition in the days ahead. Those who are slow to embrace it are going to be late to the party and trying to play catch up in the years ahead and wondering why they're being left behind or why their ad costs have gotten so ridiculously high. So what's interesting, I showed you our Performance Max numbers and we use AI methodologies here very extensively, not just in-house, we use them with our clients. It's one of the things that differentiates us. We are an AI driven marketing agency. We deploy AI in our SEO processes, in our ad management processes. And so things that other people are paying 15, 17, 20, $25 a click for, we're paying $2.50 a click for, $3 a click. If it gets high, we might pay $6 or $7 a click. And those are on national campaigns. Uh, and so using AI has allowed us to be much more competitive, to get a better return on investment, lower our advertising costs substantially. And so we're ahead of our competition. We get more mileage out of our ad dollars because we've learned to harness the AI. We got ahead of the curve. We started doing that in 2023. We watched what Google was doing with their experimental AI, and we began to reverse engineer that. So I would encourage you, if you haven't downloaded our ebook, AI Tools for Home Remodelers, be sure and do that. You can get that on our website, remodelingmarketingteam.com. That will start to give you a competitive edge. And then by all means, schedule a strategy session with us and we'll show you the AI tools we can deploy on your behalf for your remodeling company. But I digress. That'll be a slide here to come momentarily. So, real quick, that wraps up Performance Max. I wanted to give you a quick overview of how Performance Max works, what it is, and how it's different from traditional search ads that you're used to on Google because it crosses the entire Google universe: YouTube, Gmail, Google Search, the Google Search Network, the Google Display Network, um, all in one campaign. It is AI driven, it is AI optimized, it uses video, imagery, and text all in one campaign. It tends to produce a lower cost per click, a higher ROI, and it will self optimize over time. It performs best when you provide your own internal data and continue to feed that into the campaign. The best data is always your customer data, those who have already spent money with you, because that's the best data to match up to. And so if you'll do those things, you should have good success with Performance Max. Now, just like any other ad campaign, it's going to take time to fully optimize. It's not a magic bullet. It's not going to turn your fortunes around overnight. So you need to plan on giving it time to mature in its process. But with that, really quickly, are there any questions that I can answer? All right, it doesn't appear that we have any questions today. So I'd like to invite you to schedule a free strategy session with our team. If we can help you develop a robust plan to dominate your local market and become the premier remodeler in your area, I'd love to show you our digital dominance blueprint. And what we'll do during this strategy session, we'll take a look at your current online presence. We'll identify the opportunities for improvement. We'll help you adapt your current marketing strategy for the future of search. And that is going to be very AI centric, I assure you. And you can book that strategy session today at the URL in front of you, remodelingmarketingteam.com/get hyphen started. Or you can call us at 888-350-7859, and a member of the team will get back in touch with you to get that scheduled with you. And we look forward to seeing you on our next webinar. Our next webinar in April, we're going to cover 6 ways to make your Google business profile irresistible and to dominate local search in your area. Thanks for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you on our next webinar. Have a great day.